It's Toto for the Peter Channel Late Night News on this late Friday night, August 26, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I'm here late at 11:30 p.m. News and Odds. Top story at 11:30 p.m. on this late Friday night. It is at best. Hillary Clinton is a 6th during a focus group in Milwaukee last night. A dozen Wisconsinites who have voted for both a Democrat and Republican president in the past 16 years limited a choice. A woman was fatally shot while pushing a baby in a stroller on Chicago's south side has been invited as cousin of NBA star Dwayne Wade of the Chicago Bulls. Mayors do not have the right to ban bikinis for exercise, and Minnesota court ruled on Friday as a council of states ruled and suspends the ban in the town of Villanueva, Lobet, New Orleans, and could affect cities around the country that have. Democrat presidential candidate Hillary Clinton looks up to August Membercy left a campaign event at a Truckee Meadows community called Green Nevada as Clinton countered what we believed until after election. A federal judge on Friday curbed the enforcement of a North Carolina law that restricted restroom access for transgender people. An image provided a certain anti-government group local council in Durham City showed residents gathered with their belongings and they prepared to evacuate from Durham on Friday. United Nations, the UN Security Council, is strongly condemning for North Korean ballistic missiles launched in July and August and called them a great violation of ban on all ballistic missile activity. La Paz, Bolivia. President Evo Morales and his political opponents traded discrimination Friday over a shocking beating death of a high-ranking government official by protesting money was elected an highway. Poverty could double Colombia's anti-drug push after peace deal. The U.S. Marine Corps' new commander in the Pacific says he's aiming to carry on a pursuit of momentum and helping allies and partners to develop their amphibious skills. Maryville, Tennessee, an Eastern Tennessee man that been arrested after a shootout with the police that left one officer dead has been charged with a criminal homicide. Natasha Giselle, 21, has written on a Facebook page about how she loved her husband and her children. David Giselle, 23, is charged with murder of his wife, Natasha. A memorial for a 10-year-old girl who police said was sexually assaulted with strangled, then dismembered the scene in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You can smell it in the air and feel it away. Summer is drawn out close, and the end of the summer vacation comes the summertime blues for many students and parents who will find themselves on their path whether they like it or not. Around this time of year, school students reflect on the adventures and accomplishments of the past few months and look at what's coming the school year has in store. The proposed Access Northeast Gas Line expansion project in the Massachusetts Bay is dead at least for now. However, students say many of the problems in their class schedule caused by a reduction in the number of teachers at Attleboro High School were fixed over the 2 days meetings and guidance and counselors. Herbalife Limited Becker, Carl Khan, waited until after Friday's market closed and contradict fellow billionaire Bill Ackman spent the day at adding 2.3 million shares to the second in the nutrition company as the stock tumbled. Jackson Hole, Wyoming. The Federal Reserve is getting closer to raising interest rates again. The U.S. Central Bank and other policymakers said on Friday in comments that left the door open for a hike early next month. Pharmaceutical heavyweight Medline, the latest poster child for the drug industry, Queen finally stuck up for itself on Thursday. It argued that the decision on events was a blame to the company checking up the price of events that come in a life-saving drug that treats allergies. St. Jude said a report by a short seller is false and misleading. Spacecraft don't get to sleep over the weekend, and even though there are scientists at Saturday at 5:51 a.m. Pacific, NASA's Juno spacecraft will swing within roughly about 2,500 miles of the Jupiter's cloud tops that are closely will get to the gas plant giant. Forget to tune in. Washington, the doctor who produced the only public medical record about Donald Trump during his presidential campaign reportedly spending only 5 minutes wetting it. Not 1,000, not 50, not even 10. 0 have been so far. No laboratory confirmed cases. They take viruses, spectators, anyone or athletes associated with the Olympics, the World Organization said Thursday on its website. A new study found in the journal Obstetrics and Gynecology between 2011 and 2012 that maternal mortality rate in Texas doubled, and now state officials are investigating what caused the spike. A domestic violence case in the voter registration regarding involving Donald Trump's new campaign chief executive brought fresh scrutiny on Friday on touted while Trump vets his most senior appointed advisors and a distraction from the themes. As Donald Trump repels minority voters, GOP fears its future in the West. The presidential election is more than 2 months away, but both campaigns have set up offices in Washington and planned a transition to the White House. Donald Trump won the Republican nomination by finding the party's assumption to not big money donors and vowed to dismantle the Washington influence President Simpson that he is rigged against ordinary Americans. Alright, take a look at New England alerts on 1 hour ago on Route 9 and eastbound and stuff, whereby tens of favor Rover, police spotted in foot pursuit unknown once, Cat and Airwing en route. Peter Children's time is now 11:35 on this late Friday night. And it's time now for a traffic and transit report. Let's study off on the MBTA. Where on the MBTA? Subway system, it's looking good on the commuter rail. West Line train 5:37, 10:30 p.m. from South Station to operate 5:15 minutes p.m. between York Station and Worcester stations. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, take a look at some highways and byways of New England and the 6-state region on this late Friday night. Starting out down in New York City, where 95 on the northbound side is backed up from George Washington Bridge right to the Bronx. 87 on both ends is backed up after 95 in the Bronx. 270 on the westbound side backed up the Long Expressway to the Brooklyn Bridge. Belt Parkway, westbound side and eastbound side is backed up on the Brooklyn stretch. Leg of the Tunnel on the westbound side, the Harlem Tunnel on the westbound side is backed up on the westbound side. West Side Park Highway is backed up in the Upper Manhattan and up in Connecticut. Burt Parkway on the northbound side is back to the Sanford stretch. And Route 9 eastbound side back to the Middletown stretch. 84 eastbound side is back to the Hartford Connecticut stretch. Mass Parking Interchange 91 in Chicopee. It's a little slow. Mass Parking on the westbound side is back to after 120 west of Route 120. The southbound side it is back to from Route 3 Rail to Route 2 in Lexington. 93 the southbound side it is back up Somerville on the Aiken Bridge, but Massachusetts highways are looking good. In Albany vicinity, New York State Ferry is backed up around the Connecticut stretch around 890. Highways and byways of Vermont, New Hampshire are looking good, but on the main track around Grand 202, it's a little slow, but highways and byways man are looking good. And southbound side a little slow after the Canadian border up in upstate Vermont. And 87 and southbound side back around Route 11 up in Champlain, New York, and Highway 15 on the northbound side backed up after the U.S. border up in South Quebec headed towards Montreal. Peter Children's time is now 11:37 p.m. on this late Friday night, and it's time now for a weather report. And here's the latest on the traffics. Gaston forecast will regain hurricane intensity on Saturday. There are no coast watch more in effect at 11 p.m. last Saturday time. The center of tropical storm Gaston was located in latitude 27 over the north, latitude 50.8 west. Gaston is moving toward the northwest near 50 miles an hour. Cyclone should continue with its general direction and slower rate of further speed in the next 2 days. Maps the same with and rain near 65 miles an hour gusts. Some strength is forecasting Gaston is expected to become a hurricane again on Saturday. The tropical storm force winds at 10 hours up to 150 miles from the center and estimated minimum pressure 99.7 bars of 44 inches. And woo! 3 more disturbances in the Atlantic. Shower activity associated with a weak area of low pressure located in the central Bahamas has increased trend in the past several hours, but it remains zero to none as U.S. low winds are not favorable for significant development during the next day or so. While the system moves in the west and northwest with about 10 miles an hour, environmental conditions can become a little more connected for some variable when the system can reach the eastern Gulf of Mexico early next week, and it rains. The potential to cause flash flooding and mudslides and electric to continue over Hispaniola tonight and Saturday. The activity is expected to spread over eastern and central Cuba throughout the weekend. Gusty winds and local area rainfall likely over portions of the Bahamas will spread into parts of the southern Florida and the Florida Keys over the weekend. Interest elsewhere in Florida and the eastern Gulf of Mexico should continue to monitor the progress of this disturbance. Formation chance forecast: low 20% formation chance for 5 days, medium 50%. And observe the 9 to 10% chance of cyclone formation forecast as there's an shower and thunderstorm activity located over the north central Gulf of Mexico is associated with a weak throw of low pressure. Conditions are not expected to be favorable for development before it will reach to the coast of Texas over the weekend. The disturbance could produce heavy rainfall along the Gulf Coast from Louisiana to southeast of Texas during the next couple of days. By additional measures, please see products from your local National Weather Service office. Formation chance for hours. Low 10% formation chance for 5 days. Low 10%. And disturbance number 3, an area of disturbed weather associated with the body of low pressure as forming a couple of hundred miles south of the Bermuda. As little motion is anticipated during the next 2 days, and a slow westward intended should begin thereafter. Travel into the system in is likely to be slow during the system approximately dry. Formation chance 4 hours. Low 10%. Formation chance 5 days. Low 20%. Alright, take a look at a 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, it's going to be mostly clear skies, about 62 degrees. Light off wind. For Saturday, sunny patchwork up to 5 in west. High 85, low at 6 degrees. Northeast wind about 3 to 5 miles with a light southeast wind. For Sunday, Saturday podcast, about 84, about 63 degrees. Common becoming southeast wind 5 miles in the afternoon. South wind about 3 to 5 miles on first. Monday, slight chance of showers in southern parts of the podcast, about 87, about 64 degrees. Chance rate to 20%. For Tuesday, mostly sunny in the podcast, about 86, about 65 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny in the podcast, about 88, about 64 degrees. Thursday, mostly sunny in the podcast, about 81, about 57 degrees. And for Friday, mostly sunny, about 87 degrees on Friday. Right now, current conditions here in North Massachusetts at the 11:41 p.m. It is an overcast night, and the temperature in Norton is 69 degrees in Taunton with some foggy skies. And here in Norton, it's 30 degrees with humidity 94%, and it's overcast skies. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Late Night News. It's late. Frank. Oh, 26 to 6 temperatures. Alright, see you tomorrow morning with more.